There's a reason modern people are exhausted, not tired from work alone, but tired in the soul. We live in a world overflowing with information, yet starving for meaning. This is not an accident. It is the result of a long historical process, one that separated humanity from logos, the living order of truth embedded in reality itself. This story begins long before modern politics, long before media, long before religion as we know it. It begins in Babylon.
Babylon was not just a city.
It was a system. For the first time in human history, cosmic meaning, time, law, destiny, was centralized. The stars were mapped, calendars were fixed, laws were declared divine. But here was the shift. The people were told they could no longer read reality for themselves. The priests would interpret the heavens. The scribes would interpret the law. Meaning existed, but access to meaning was restricted. Babylon did not deny order, it monopolized it. This is why later biblical texts don't just criticize Babylon politically. They criticize it symbolically, as a system that separates humans from truth. In Book of Daniel, faithfulness means resisting imposed meaning. Babylon introduced the first fracture, logos without participation.
Rome, logos administered. Rome did not invent this idea. Rome perfected it. When Christianity entered Rome, something unprecedented happened. The logos, which the Gospel of John declares became flesh, was no longer just followed. It was managed. Truth became creed. Faith became identity. Obedience became belief. Rome asked a different question than Jesus did. Jesus asked, "Are you aligned with truth?" Rome asked, "Are you compliant with doctrine?" Calendars were standardized. Sabbath rhythm was abandoned. Feasts tied to creation and justice were replaced with imperial time production time. Rome didn't kill logos, it bureaucratized it. And once truth becomes administrative, it can be enforced, but no longer lived. Chapter 3. Modernity. Religion without God. 11 o'clock to 16. In television studios, social media feeds, political rallies, headlines flashing rapidly, modern society did not abandon religion. It replaced it. The structure remained. The symbols changed. Where there were once priests, there are now media authorities. Where there were doctrines, there are now narratives. Where there was heresy, there is misinformation. Where there was excommunication, there is cancellation. Politics, media, and ideology now perform the same function religion once did. Define meaning, enforce moral boundaries, grant belonging, promise safety, but something critical is missing. There is no Sabbath, no forgiveness, no restoration, no transcendence, only constant urgency. This is religion without logos. Chapter 4. The psychological cost. Burnout is not a personal failure. Anxiety is not weakness. Nihilism is not rebellion. They are symptoms. Logos provides rhythm, limits, rest, meaning. Justice. When logos is removed, humans are forced to manufacture, perform identity, chase validation, live without rest. Burnout happens when output is demanded, but meaning is absent. Anxiety happens when truth constantly shifts. Nihilism happens when people see the system as hollow, but are given no way back to truth. This is not accidental. A population disconnected from logos is easier to manage, easier to frighten, easier to divide. Chapter 5. Why logos is always suppressed. Logos creates people who cannot be ruled by fear. A logos-aligned human rests without guilt, refuses false urgency, sees through manipulation, judges authority by justice. This is why Babylon obscured logos. Rome regulated logos. Modern systems drown logos in noise. Not because logos is false, but because it works.
I want you to subscribe